Alrighty, let's do it. Week number 2 of the Women's VNL in Thailand is over, and I'm actually a little bit late filming this. I'm already in Poland. I've already time traveled through space and time to get to the other side of the world, but it's probably better this way because I'm not exhausted for once. Famous last words. Okay, as per usual, this is just like my opinion, man. So if you have other opinions, feel free to leave them in the comments. But let's talk about the teams in Thailand in the VNL. Let's get into it. We're starting strong with Poland. This is one of the teams that were absolutely one of the favorites coming into this week, and they did not disappoint. Mind you, they had the top scorer of the VNL after week 1 in Shirovska. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Roast me if you dare. But this week, Stysiak came back, and so Lavarini had some options. They won their first 3 matches pretty handily against Bulgaria. It was a sweep, and they only gave up 9 errors, which, first of all, is insane. Second of all, they were using their middles a lot, and we love when that happens. Hashtag more cowbell, more middles. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. We need some merch going soon.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
In the second match versus Ukraine, that's when we really started to see Stysiak going. 29 points. After sitting out week 1 is insane. Keep in mind that she was with us in Istanbul just a couple of weeks ago with the Zajabashi in the Champions League finals. So they got the silver medal there. She deserved a little bit of time off, I'd say.
Looking down the barrel of the second match point for Poland. To put it away, Stysiak has done it. Poland hold on and they fight to overtake Ukraine in 4 sets. They were tested, but this is a team that has so much depth.
Then against the Netherlands, Poland were again super low error, but they did need Vukovic to come in off the bench to help them get over the edge, which, by the way, Thailand fans obsessed with Vukovic. I don't know why, but I love that for her. Wild.
Goes down the line. Oh, that's a pressure serve! Wow, VNL under the pump. Oh. The call has gone Poland's way.
The only match that Poland lost this week was a 5-setter to Canada, and keep in mind that Canada were coming off of that loss from Thailand, so they were looking for a little bit of revenge. This was a back and forth match the entire way. Poland hit into Canada's block 17 times. And at this level, you just can't be doing that. Overall, this Polish team with some fresh faces are looking really good. I wouldn't be surprised to see them A, in the playoffs, and B, maybe even medal again to add to their 3 bronzes that they already have. My second top team to watch this week were Canada. They ended up 3-1, but it was not an easy week for Canada. Against the Netherlands, they started a little bit slow until Kiera Van Rijk started serving some insane aces, and the team ends up with 11 aces to only 11 errors, which is a crazy ratio. Crazy good, obviously. Van Rijk ended up with 26 points in that match. You know she's always going to get her points, but Canada do sometimes have a tendency to overuse her, and I feel like that was the case this week.
Match point. Will they get it on the first? Another super defense. And Reich unloads. That's coming back. Free ball is the only chance for the Netherlands. Gray steps in. Franson. Kuzin gets it done. And Canada needed only 1 chance to get it done. They have taken down the Netherlands 4 sets to 1.
They also beat Bulgaria, which was to be expected, but they gave up so many errors. 36 unforced errors. And they gave up some big leads that they had throughout the match. So not that convincing of a win. The one highlight from that match where the middles were just popping off. Magda ends up as the second top scorer, and Dukboom had some incredible attacks, like highlight reel. You absolutely have to go back and watch them if you haven't already. By the time this team faced Thailand, they just looked really tired. They gave up a lot of errors, and it just felt like they couldn't drown out the noise. And Thailand, who mind you, they defend everything. You know this. They were running some crazy combination plays, and Canada just just couldn't keep up. Couldn't drown out the crowd noise, and they end up losing to the underdogs. And on the final match against Poland, this one could have gone literally either way. Canada did really well to get 17 blocks, but it was a back and forth battle. Goes all the way to the 5th, and Canada just squeaks by with the win.
How many does it take them this time? Oh, just one. How about an ace serve? Canada have done it. Here in the 5th, they have taken down the VNL bronze medalist Poland.
So, in my opinion, Canada is going to need to tighten up a little bit if they want to make it to the finals, and especially if they want to get a medal. Stop right there. Before we go any further, if you like this kind of content, let the algorithm know. You can give it a thumbs up, you can subscribe, you'll be the first to know about any kind of giveaways that we're doing this summer, and I'm going to be on site with the VNL every single week doing commentary. So if you follow Volleyverse on Instagram or on TikTok or on both, you're going to see some fun behind the scenes content. You might even get some exclusive chats with some of the players. Fingers crossed, if we're lucky. And the Volleyverse Hub is open for business. You can vote on your favorite players, on some match outcomes, MVPs, etc. So, now you know. Back to the video. And my third favorite team to watch this week in Thailand was honestly a toss-up between the Netherlands and Thailand, but I gotta give it to the home team. Thailand were impressive this week. Not only were they playing in front of their home crowd, but they got a few unexpected wins, which is a bonus. They went to 5 with Ukraine, and they had to come back from some deficits. Like, this was a really well-fought match, which they very much could have won, except they end up starting the 5th set in a 6-0 deficit, and it's just so hard to come back from that in a 5th set, so couldn't get over the hump, but they were right there. Pipichaya was a big part of that match, 21 points, but this team were blocked 19 times, which I know they have the height difference where they are at a disadvantage against most teams they play, but you got to be smarter than that. Thailand then go on to have a decisive sweep over Bulgaria. And I know Bulgaria are not having a great VNL per se, but again, Thailand had to come from behind. And this time it was Sasipaporn. I'm going to get that right. This time it was Sasipaporn who came in big with 22 points for her side. She's so fun to watch. She's hyping up the crowd all day long, as you should be when you're playing at home, honestly.
7 match points still. Pipichaya for the win. There it is!
But my favorite point of the entire week by far was when Pianet Panoy was subbed in. She's a libero, keep in mind, but she was wearing the regular jersey. Goes to serve, gets an ace serve, and literally the roof was blown off of the place. It was so fun to watch. Then against Canada, Thailand honestly could have got another 3-0 sweep if it weren't for Thukbom getting a couple of really well-timed aces in the 2nd set. But ultimately, Thailand just wore out Canada with their relentless combination plays, their defense, and just being so scrappy and playing so clean. This was a big, unexpected win for Thailand.
Stysiak with the serve. Franson to Van Rijk. And a block! Wins it for Thailand!
And finally, then they had to face the Netherlands, who was coming off of a loss to Poland on a technicality at the net in the final point. So they were looking for a little bit of a bounce back. And it was tight in the first 2 sets, but by the time we got to the 3rd, it was pretty much a blowout. Only one player in this match got over 10 points. That was Pipichaya. And kind of a bummer for Thailand for their final match to be a bust like that in front of their home crowd. But overall, 2 wins from 4 matches. That's a solid performance for Thailand. And I'm just hoping that it's going to be enough to keep them from relegation at the end of the season. This was yet another week of some phenomenal volleyball. And I got to sit courtside for it again, which, knock on wood, this is the wildest job ever. I love it. But I obviously couldn't be everywhere. I can't have my eyeballs on every single match that's happening because it's a lot. Even just being in one location with 6 teams. So if I missed anything, if there were some crazy plays or matches that happened in the other pools, let me know down in the comments and we can get into it together. Follow along on the socials if you want to see the day-to-day happenings here, boots on the ground at location. And otherwise, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Let's do it. All right, team. Is that right? Yes. The only... Crazy. Yeah. Sasipaporn. That's it. I don't know why. I feel like I have to like, you know, do like some YouTuber. What's up, guys? See you later. See you in the next one. Record time, I think, to film that one. What else? I don't know. Bye.